Hey everyone, Kyle Wilson, Pragmatic Lending. It's that time of year for your homeowner's grant to apply for it and to also confirm what your balance is for your property taxes that are being owed for 2021. Now, with that being said, it's very different for every client. Some people have their property taxes paid by the bank that they have a mortgage with, or you've elected to pay the property taxes yourself at the end of June every single year. If you don't know specifically how your property taxes are paid, or you forgot, which is pretty common, give me a call, shoot me a text message. I will confirm how it works. The other thing too is most people do get their property taxes paid by the bank that they choose to work with. But you'll still get a bill for the full property tax amount owing. There's nothing to panic about, because if the property taxes are paid by the bank, you will get that full bill, but it will be paid on July 1st or July 2nd when they're due by the bank, because they've been collecting that with your monthly amount. So feel free to reach out. Let me know if you're unaware or can't remember how your taxes are paid. Nevertheless, I'm going to show you number one, how to find your bill. So it's specifically in the city of Kelowna. Now, this can be very different for every city, but the city of Kelowna has a great website for this. Basically, when you go to kelowna.ca, you're going to go under City Hall and choose Property Taxes. Then you're going to go to Property Tax and Assessment Tools. And under this section, this is where you can create your property account. So under your property account, you click this blue button here. And this is where you'll create your account if you don't have one already. I already have one, so I'm going to log into my account. And this is where you're going to see statements of accounts that you have for your property or your business and so forth. But this is specifically my property tax account for the house that is our primary residence. So I'm going to log into that account that I've connected. And this is a great login to have as a reference for the future, because it's going to tell you your current balance owing in taxes. It'll also show you the payments that you've made, your PDF e-bills from last year or for this year, and just your general assessments and transactions that have occurred. So it'll actually tell you how much you've actually paid in installments. So I've actually paid a portion of my taxes already, but because of the property values that have gone up, I'm going to owe more taxes, of course. So I'm going to make that payment today. And so what I'm going to do is actually look at the PDF statement. So you click on this 2021 statement. And this is your property tax details. So you'll have something very similar. It's going to show your total property taxes owing minus what you've paid and minus the outstanding amount that I'll have to pay today. Now, with that being said, that's my total amount to pay, but I do live in this property. I live in this property, and in British Columbia, we have what's called the homeowner's grant, which means I can actually take off $770 from this, which my final total owing is $1,708, which is excellent. And what's changed in 2021 is the old days. You used to apply for the homeowner's grant directly through whatever city or town that you lived in. Now it's changed to a provincial regulation where the homeowner's grant must be applied by and through the British Columbia province. And I'm going to show you the simplest way to do that online, very fast and very effective. On your property tax statement at the very bottom, it's going to tell you how to do it. It says new for 2021, municipalities cannot accept applications for homeowners grants. To claim the homeowner grant, you have to go to this website. Now, I cannot stress this enough. Even if your bank makes your property tax payments for you, they do not apply for the grant for you. And you must then do it every single year for yourself. So let me rephrase that. You will get your taxes paid by the bank potentially if that's how you've set it up, but it is your responsibility to apply for the homeowner's grant every single year. And this is how you're going to do that. So when you go to that website, gov.bc.ca/homeowners grant, you scroll down and say, I want to apply for the grant. I'm going to apply now, the fastest and easiest way to do it. Okay, it's going to tell you a few things, Protection Privacy Act, and make sure that you realize they're taking a bit of your information. Now, this is where you're going to start linking your property tax statement directly, entering your jurisdiction and roll number, and how they're going to connect the dot for you as to your property and who you are. And how to do that is you go back to your property tax statement, and you have to look for what's called your jurisdiction and your roll number. So your jurisdiction on mine is showing right here. And then my roll number my folio roll number is shown right here. So I'm just going to copy and paste that roll number. And it says you can also choose to search for your property by civic address instead. Now, I knew those numbers, so you could check this box and instead you could search for your specific property and it'll find that information for you. But I'm just going to use those numbers because I had my property tax statement. So I'm going to hit next. Now it's going to verify, okay, it found my property, it matches those jurisdiction and roll numbers here. So I'm going to confirm that is the property. I'm going to hit next. And this is what it's asking you, what do you want to do? So I'm going to apply for the homeowners grant for the current year. Now, it's going to be really rare that you're going to apply for previous years because you would have done that with your homeowners grant with the municipality in the years past. So this is for 2021. As you can see, this is the 2021 property tax statement. So that is 2021 that I'm applying for. I'm applying as an owner. I own the property. And then I'm going to hit next. I'm going to say, yes, I am a Canadian citizen. Yes, I live in British Columbia and I occupy this residence as a principal residence. And that is very important. You cannot apply for homeowners grants on rental properties that you rent out. You can only apply for the grant on one property and it must be the place that you primarily reside. Okay. I'm going to hit next. Then it asks for some personal information here, which you can enter that pertains to you. And just adjust those numbers to match my first name. It's going to ask for my social insurance number, which you'll want to confirm as well. And then my last name. Okay, I'm going to hit next. Now, for more information on types of homeowners grants, you can go through which grant you would specifically apply for. So choose the grant you're applying. It says the regular grant. I am not eligible for any additional grants listed below. Now, there's additional grants potentially on your circumstances. You might just apply and be qualified for the basic $770, or you might get the provincial disability assistance. It says you receive provincial disability assistance, hardship assistance, or a supplement under the employment and assistance for persons with disabilities. So if this pertains to you, you would get an additional grant. Or if you're a person with disabilities, if this is the first year you are applying for a homeowner grant for a person with disabilities for this property, you need to submit a Form B and receipts. So you'd have to go through another step to confirm you are a person with disabilities. Or if you're a recipient of a war veterans allowance. So if those pertain to you, you can qualify potentially and go for those additional grants. But for myself, I'm going to do just the basic $770 homeowner grant discount. I'm going to hit next. It's going to say, okay, this is your information that you're planning to do, and submit officially. So I'll enter that accordingly and confirm my info. So they send me receipts of that, so it all matches. Now you have to say it is an offense to make a false application, and they could charge you up to $10,000. So make sure you do not apply for homeowners grants for a property that is not your primary residence. It has to be your primary residence. So I'm going to certify that this information is complete to the best of my knowledge. I'm going to hit submit, and I'm confirmed. There's my confirmation number. I have now officially applied for the homeowners grant. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. This confirmation page, I'm going to download that. So this is my confirmation. I have applied for the homeowners grant. It's done. And I'm going to hit OK. And I've completed the homeowners grant process. I've now officially signed up. I will now have a reduction of $770 from my property tax bill, which is excellent. But now I have to finish paying the final portion of my taxes because I do not get my bank to pay for my property taxes for me. I like to pay them personally and directly. I just like to have more control of that situation rather than having the bank do it. And in case there's a credit or a deduction and something's missed and they owe me or I owe them money, I know exactly what I have to pay the city. So now that I've applied for my homeowner's grant, I can now go back to my property tax account, which is under the city of Kelowna here. And you're going to see, like I said, I did make installment payments. So instead of the total balance owing minus my payments I already made, I owe this amount of $2,478. However, because I have applied for the basic homeowner's grant, my new true balance is actually only $1,708. So I'm going to make that payment to the city of Kelowna. And there's many different ways that you can do that. The simplest way is just to simply log into your online banking, add the city of Kelowna as a payee, and then you're going to enter your folio number as the account number. So kind of like Fortis or, TELUS or any kind of those accounts that you use as an ad payee under your online banking. Just go into ad payee on your online banking, search City of Kelowna, and punch in your folio number as the account number. And then you can make that final payment to them, and they will get that final payment. And then in a few days from now, after you've made that payment to make sure that it went through, you can go back to your tax account and see that your balance owing for 2021 transactions is going to be, 2,478 minus 1,708. Now, in a few days, it might still show a negative 770 that you still owe, because it's going to take a few weeks for the province to confirm that homeowner grant application. So don't worry if you owe exactly $770. As long as you've paid and confirmed that homeowner's grant process, you're good to go. But the key point is here, if your bank does not make the payments for you, you need to go make the final payment on your behalf, depending on whatever your balance is owing. And if you made installment payments, so like myself, I have with the city of Kelowna every month, I let them take $417. I've done a pre-authorized monthly payment just to make sure I stay on top of my taxes. Doesn't mean that they're going to take that final payment from you. And that's very important. You realize that after you've applied for your homeowner's grant, you have to go back to the city of Kelowna, see how much money is left owing on your taxes, pay the final total owing. But if you applied for the homeowner's grant, make sure you don't pay the extra $770 above and beyond that. Just pay the amount that you owe according to your property tax notice under column B, your final balance owing. That's the amount that I'm going to pay because I've applied for my homeowner's grant. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps. Some key takeaways from this video. If you get your bank to pay your taxes for you, don't worry about it. They're going to pay those taxes in July for you on your behalf because they've been taking it with your monthly payment. However, even if they pay for your taxes, or if you pay your own taxes, the bank doesn't do that for you. Every single year, you must apply for the homeowner's grant, or you're going to lose that $770. So please take the time to watch this video. It's worth the money to do it. And of course, you know where to find me if you have any questions. Shoot me a text, give me a call, and let's make sure we all save a few $100 here during these crazy times. Thank you so much for watching. We'll take care.